Welcome back to the second match of the tournament today as we get set for a Lone Star Conference matchup on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. UT Permian Basin set to take on St. Edward's University. Lucas Kinsey, I'll be joined shortly by Alex Kipfer, and let's look at the starting lineups first for UT Permian Basin. Number 2, Erica Lozano, a 5'4 senior from Laredo, Texas. Number 5, Natanya Allison, she's an outside hitter. Number 9, Azella Murillo, a 5'10 senior also from Laredo, Texas. Number 10, Tori McGee, a 6'1 middle blocker. Number 13, Macy Barker, 6'1 junior from Houston. Number 14, April Egwu. And number 16, Annalise Lucio. She is the setter. For St. Edward's University, their head coach, Stephanie Holler. And they start number 2, Sarah Kanavadoff, the libero. Number 3, Jillian Connell. Number 5, Caitlin Krafka. Number 14, Emily Tran. Number 15, Maya Smalls. Number 18, Nikki Grant, a defensive specialist. And number 25, Lourdes Gomez. St. Edward's University, obviously in the dark navy jerseys and skins. UT Permian Basin will be the visiting team, at least on the scoreboard. They will wear white jerseys with black skins. UT Permian Basin, their head coach, Tim Loesch, in his 7th season. And we are ready to start the first set of match number 2 of the Lady Buff BritKare Classic. The back set handled easily on the other side by the Hilltoppers as the two teams go back and forth. Block, touch, drops for a block for St. Edwards. And I'm going to welcome in my broadcast partner, Alex Kipfer. Alex, great to see you. You've been already busy over at the First United Bank Center because not only do we have matches going on here at the box today, but you've already had 2 over there at the First United Bank Center. UT Permian Basin and Southwestern Oklahoma State start things off, and then Arkansas, Fort Smith, and Fort Lewis. So we'll be able to talk a lot about all those teams, but right now tell the viewers a little bit about UT Permian Basin. That was the first one you saw. So
UTPB was the first game that I called today, like you were saying, a little bit earlier than I wanted, 9 a.m. start.
That is pretty early for you, Alex Kipper.
Not the Friday morning I necessarily expected, but nevertheless was a very good game between these two teams. UTPB, the key for them was their hitting. They started out very slow in the first game. They were hitting 0-4-7 in the first set, after the first set. Wow. Yeah, so 13 kills, 11 attack errors in 43 total attempts. Was just a very rough start, but on the bright side for them, the game was still close. 4-point game after set 1. Didn't hit very well, and then once they started getting things rolling, Aquintia Strambler, one of the top leaders in the hitting category for UTPB, once she got going, everything got going as well for the Falcons.
Good swing on the outside from Caitlin Krafka, and that one is put down on the outside from Natanya Allison, 5'7 junior from Schertz, Texas. And again, 2 Lone Star Conference opponents. We'll see some Lone Star Conference teams. We'll see some RMAC teams. That's in our first match. The Lady Buffs took care of business, defeating Adams State 3-1. But not without the Grizzlies putting up a good fight. Nearly won the 4th set. In this one, what a swing right down the pipe for UTPB from Tori McGee from Altadena, California, transfer from College of Southern Nevada. Powerful swing.
Yes, definitely. McGee, Strambler, and then right behind them is Murillo, as we see McGee again really just controlling the middle of the court. Those 3, the top 3 kill leaders returning from this team, so good news for the Falcons this year.
Overpass from St. Edwards leads to an easy point there at the net for UT Permian Basin. Again, Lucas Kinsey along with Alex Kipfer and the Thunder Vision production team. Great day of volleyball for you in store here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Alex, while we've got a little bit of a break in the action, your thoughts last night on the first football game, at least for us, that we were able to produce for the Lone Star Conference Digital Network, and that was our hometown West Texas A&M Buffaloes defeating Texas College 73-0.
Yeah, definitely a great all-around game for the Buffs. Did it on the ground, through the air, defensively, special teams, really just a well-executed all-around performance from them. I can't really say much other than that. They did their job. They executed well. They did what they were expected to do in this game, the first game of the year. Now, how they continue, I know that they have a tough tough schedule, especially later on in the season. They have, I believe, a 5-game stretch where they've got Angelo State, Commerce, Kingsville. They play Western Oregon, one of those games, and then the 5th one is Midwestern State or something like that. Just a real gauntlet schedule there towards the end, but I think they'll be prepared and ready to go.
Good start here for the Falcons of UT Permian Basin. Some good serving. Is this one right now from Devin Alcácer, and it's another point for UTPB. So controlling this first set right now, leading 7-1, and an adjustment a little bit, Alex, for these two teams as they go from the First United Bank Center into the box. Bigger venue versus smaller venue, and obviously the difference in terms of the temperature, unless they just cranked up the heater over there at the FUB. I'm not sure.
They definitely did not. I do have to say they did not crank up the heater whatsoever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for St. Ed's, this is their first game of the tournament. They don't play again until 7 o'clock after this. So, kind of tough that UTPB's already had their warm-up. They've been up and ready to go since probably about 6, going through film and anything else that they need to go through.
Yeah, and it's showing right now as they've gotten off to this 8-1 lead. The two teams rally back and forth here, and a good attempt. That'll be a kill and a point on the outside for Caitlin Krafka, 5'10 senior from Kyle, Texas. Played her high school volleyball at Hayes High School, and maybe that'll get St. Edward's started. You look across, and one of the coaches over there, you see a familiar face in Will Boyd.
We do.
Just wearing a different color this year. Assistant coach last several seasons for West Texas A&M. There's a good swing from UT Permian Basin, and that gets a point down for the Falcons. And they extend their lead early in this first set, 9-2. Some substitutes come in for UTPB. And one of those will be serving right now, Devin Alcácer, 5'3", a setter from Houston, Texas. And it was a good serve. They just barely got it up off the floor, and that attempt is out. Point, Falcons.
Yeah, a little bit of a different lineup here for UTPB from game 1.
Okay.
So Lozano was just the DS, was not the libero. It was Daly Doggett, who number 3, as you see over there with the orange towel. So she wasn't. She would still play. Lozano still played for most of the series, but was not the libero. And then we did not see Alcácer as the setter very much. It was really just Lucio the whole time, taking the majority, probably about 90-95% of the setting duties.
They try to get the block set up, but it goes off the hands of the Hilltoppers. Another point for UTPB, and early in this one, look at the hitting percentage. Now, it's early in the first set, but right now 9 attacks for UT Permian Basin, 7 kills. That's good for 778 on the hitting percentage so far for UTPB out of Odessa, Texas. The Buffs' football opponent next Saturday. The swing up down the pipe, hits the net and falls back. Point to St. Edward's on the attack error by Tori McGee, and so St. Ed's will serve, trailing by 7 points. Again in the first set. And to serve it will be April Egwu. She's a true freshman from Little Elm, Texas. Good serve, handled on the back row, though, nicely by Lozano. In system here, back set. And a nice touch, soft touch on the outside by Caitlin Bustamante. Nope, not bad. That's for St. Edward's. I'm sorry. It's Caroline Swan, and I'm looking down at the rosters and got the wrong one because I thought she's not 5'4". She's 6'2". So good shot on the outside for Caroline Swan.
I'm doing some research for you, Lucas.
Okay, what do you got?
I don't have any official statements saying that Caitlin Krafka and Jake Krafka are related.
We see the Krafka name.
The name, you don't see it very often. Especially they go to the same school, so maybe they came as a package deal or something. I don't know.
If they're not related, that's a pretty interesting coincidence because Krafka, one of the very talented basketball players in the Lone Star Conference, the Buffs have run into him several times over the last several seasons. A couple of points here for St. Ed, so they've cut into this lead, 6 serving 11. Good pass for UTPB, and they like to go to the middle. That time the pass was on the mark for the Hilltoppers, but the swing not there, and give the point on the attack error back to UT Permian Basin. So far, 4 attack errors for each side. But again, the big difference is that UT Permian Basin has been connecting a lot more often. That'll be a service error against the Falcons. Give the point back to St. Ed's. Your thoughts, Alex, on this brand new court out here, the BritKare court?
It's different. I would say it's definitely different. Honestly, kind of surprised that they didn't take care of the old basketball goals at the same time, but that's kind of part of the box, you know?
The mystique of the box.
Yeah, you can't really do too much. But I do like the new court. It's a nice, fresh look to it. The only thing is going to be how it holds up with the heat.
Yeah, we did notice in the first match several times they had to get the towels out and wipe off different spots on the floor. Caroline Swan with a big swing on that last one for St. Edwards. Hilltoppers slowly getting back into it, and Swan, a big reason why. They're going often to the 6'2 hitter, and it's now a 12-9 lead for UT Permian Basin. We'll step aside, take a timeout as the Falcons talk things over. They lead by 3 in set number 1. You're watching the BritKare Lady Buff Volleyball Classic right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. We're back after this.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular Team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
Welcome back to BritKare Court at the box, where our second match of the day has started. In close one, UT Permian Basin got off to the great start, led 7-1, but St. Edwards has scored outscored UTPB 8-4 to cut into this lead. It's now 12 serving 9 as number 25 Lourdes Gomez serves for the Hilltoppers. Swing from the outside there. Good pass from St. Ed's, block touch, but the Hilltoppers keep it alive. Another good pass from the back, the dig from number 5 Allison, and it's going to be a point on the 2-touch there. So the Hilltoppers continue with this momentum. As they've gotten the Falcons a little rattled of late. Good set. Was it touched? No. The swing off the mark, and it's almost like the Hilltoppers have adjusted. It's like defensively they kind of see what Falcons are coming with, and right now.
Yeah, they're definitely coming with some different looks than what they did in the first match against Southwestern Oklahoma State.
Well, it's helping that they're getting great passing right now. It was a good pass on the backside, the dig from Lourdes Gomez, but the Falcons were able to get that point, and coming in to serve, it'll be number 16, Annalise Lucio, a 5'8 senior from Justin, Texas, out of Northwest High School.
And if we look at their numbers from last season, like I was saying, how she did most of the setting last year, 490 of the 638 total assists last year for the Falcons.
Good defense as the teams go back and forth. The tip shot is down and good. Good touch on the outside for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it's a great job just recognizing after a couple touches at the net, just recognizing that the block is going to come hard and high, and just the nice float right over the block.
That was Krafka. Give the assist to Emily Tran. Big swing. Winding up, you could tell that one was going to be hit hard from number 22, Sarah Antic, a 6-foot senior from originally out of Serbia, a transfer from the University of North Dakota. And she comes in and makes an immediate impact. Falcons lead by 2. Tran will set it up. Quick hit. Handled on the back row by the Falcons. Both teams doing a good job passing. The swing on the outside. Another good dig returned by Erica Lozano. Back row attempt. Look at the defense. Krafka will try one, and that one will come down off the hands of the back row of UT Permian Basin for a point for Krafka. And now the hitting percentage has started to change a little bit. St. Edward's hitting 125, the Falcons 300. After they started, when they had that 7-1 lead, they were hitting 700.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a difference as the game goes on, kind of like with the first game for the Falcons. They started out after the first set hitting 0-4-7, which is basically about 5%. But due to their original attack errors from the first set. But then after that, they ended up hitting around 250, which is not too bad over a 4-set match.
That was a good connection on that last play for UTPB. Erica Lozano set up her teammate, Natanya Allison. That one was touched, so it'll be a point for St. Ed's. Two teams going back and forth, and you thought when you came up here, Alex, you thought that this would be a pretty close match. After St. Ed's has settled in, it seems like that's what we might have.
Yeah, definitely. Didn't really get to see these two teams a whole lot last year with the COVID-shortened season. The way the schedule was set up, you only played the teams in your pod. So these teams did not play each other last year.
Okay.
Most of the teams that I've seen between the four teams that I've talked to coaching-wise coming into the tournament, they've returned a majority of their roster, because everybody got the year back due to the COVID season.
Talk about that COVID season as the rally goes back and forth and the Falcons win the point up the middle, Tori McGee. So in the spring, the Falcons were 5-10. Their spring record was.
Correct.
St. Ed's finished at 6-7. But you don't judge as much maybe off of the spring. They did what they could. We obviously played a Lone Star Conference championship tournament, but I think that spring was used for younger players to get playing time. Maybe some older players if they had injuries to rest. Now we're back into the normal routine here starting in the fall. That's a good kill from the outside.
Correct.
By Lourdes Gomez. But I think everyone, coaches, players, fans, are just happy to be playing volleyball in September, Alex, not in March or April.
I will say that going back to the schedule like you were talking about last year, that 5-10 doesn't necessarily reflect on how good UT Permian Basin can actually be, because they're talented. They have some great players. McGee in the middle is very strong, knows where she needs to be, and has a very good connection with the setter Lucio, as we see the kill there from Gomez. But like I was saying, the quick sets in the middle to McGee worked pretty well in the first match. Strambler and Allison are very athletic on the outside, and then Lozano and Doggett in the back row just do a really good job of covering ground. The problem is that last year they played WT 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
They played Angelo State 4 times.
Who's preseason number 1 this year.
Right, and went undefeated until WT beat them here in like the last 2 games of the season, right? And then they played Lubbock Christian, who's always fairly talented. And then I believe the last team in our pod was Midwestern or not Eastern. Western. No, neither of them, because I don't know. I don't know.
Spring volleyball, Alex. It's all.
Yeah, it was all messed up. But you couldn't really see like how talented they were because they kept playing the same teams and some really, really good teams in their pod.
Timeout on the floor. The score in the first set, 17-16. St. Ed's has grabbed the lead. We'll take a quick timeout. Be right back with more action from the box. You're watching volleyball here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Could be. We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Welcome back to the box as the timeout was taken by UT Permian Basin. Two teams after UTPB got out to the hot start and led 7-1. St. Ed's has really started to get in sync, started to get their passing, leading to some good attempts offensively. And right now for St. Ed's, they are being led by Caroline Swan with 4 kills, Krafka and Lourdes Gomez each with 3. Look at Caroline Swan, though, Alex. That's an .800 hitting percentage on 4 kills with 5 attacks. And then in terms of the setter, Emily Tran doing an outstanding job. She already has 9 assists. And so St. Ed's leads by 1 point right now. The official at the scores table checking on something over there to make sure they've got the score correct. And
maybe an old replay or something like that.
Right now, 17-16. Did you have many replays in your first 2 over at the FUB with the challenges?
We have different luxuries, right? So at the box, you guys have replay. At the FUB, we have no replay, right, for the tournament so far. But on the bright side, at the FUB, we do have AC. So we have different luxuries on both sides. So
also known as air conditioning.
Correct.
Right now, we don't have, but
we do not. And we're sitting at the top, so all the heat is up here with us.
That's all right.
But that's fine. It's volleyball. I love watching volleyball.
Right.
It's going to be a great weekend. We've got, 3 games left today between both sites, and then another 7 tomorrow.
Yeah, here at the box, what we'll have after this one is Southwestern Oklahoma State taking on University of Arkansas Fort Smith, followed by the last match of the evening, Fort Lewis and West Texas A&M. And then over at the FUB, still some more volleyball to be played tonight. St. Ed's, which we're seeing right now, against Adams State, who I saw in the first match, and they were impressive. WT 1-4, but like I said, it was nearly
it was close at the
set.
end. Yeah, it was close. I was watching the score.
What a big swing from the outside on Stephanie Sanchez, but it was handled by Jillian Connell. She may have a bruise after that dig. The point goes to the Falcons, and we're all tied again, 17-17.
Yeah, it's going to be a very back-and-forth match. I can already tell thus far. These two teams are pretty evenly matched to this point. It's going to be interesting to see with a full season after that one from Tran just pushed over, found an open spot. It's going to be interesting to see where these two teams finish throughout the whole Lone Star Conference, playing a fuller, more normal schedule compared to last year.
You're talking about the Falcons and what they did in the spring. All 3 of their top category kill players in terms of Strambler and Tori McGee and also Isela Murillo, they're all back. And Strambler, who we haven't seen yet in this set, she led them in the spring with 191 kills. So
yeah, and if we like we were talking about with their schedule from last season, again, they have a lot of talented players. Like you were talking about with Strambler, had 19 kills in match number 1 today.
She may just be getting some rest.
Possibly might sit her the first one, get some other people some looks here early in the season. You know, it's not conference play yet. But that was close.
That looked like it was in from up here.
Yeah. Like I was saying, so going back to UTPB, 5-10 overall, correct?
Yes.
4 losses against Angelo and 4 losses against WT.
Yeah, so nothing to be ashamed of there.
8 of their 10 losses are against 2 of the top 5 teams in the Lone Star Conference this year. And again, Angelo, preseason number 1. So they could have a lot of talent. It's just that they got stuck playing a lot of games in the pod due to how the schedule was.
Good touch. The block drops down. Good for the Falcons combo over there between number 22, Sarah Antic, and number 14, April Egwu. And so the Falcons, after trailing by a couple, have tied it up again, 19 serving 19. Float serve misses. The service error gives the point to St. Ed's. And I think early in the season, that's another aspect for these teams. The coaches want to see aggressive serving, and so that will lead to, as we see that last one, either serving in the net or the serves you try to paint the corners and you go a little wide.
Or even if you try the hard line drive deep to try to get somebody to bite. very tough to read those sometimes, especially if it has a little knuckle to it and it's floating.
Good hustle by Tran to keep that one alive, and that will drop in for Krafka, and St. Edwards gets the point.
Yeah, good job there from Krafka to tool the block. Sometimes you just got to use the block to your advantage, as she did there.
Timeout taken, 21-19 the score here in the first set. We'll be back with more volleyball action from the box after this timeout on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Lady Buff BritKare Classic as St. Edwards leads in the first set, 21 serving 19. Service error into the net. Point back to UTPB. Lucas Kinsey alongside Alex Kipfer. Glad to have you with us today for outstanding volleyball action to get the 2021 fall season started. So now it'll be the Falcons' time to serve. Annalise Lacio. Good pass. Tran gets it up. Big swing from Krafka, but a whistle. Net violation. Point will go to UTPB. Look at that. We may have.
I was just looking at the same thing that you saw.
Because Krafka wears number 5. Jake Krafka also wore number 5. And so after our investigative journalism here, Alex, we may have determined that that is, in fact, Jake Krafka's sister, because they have listed as the siblings Jacob Krafka, Maddie Krafka, Ashton Kent, and Brant Kent, the parents, very proud parents, Patrick and Amanda. So that's a pretty talented family right there.
Definitely very, very talented. I wonder if they have arguments over who's the better athlete, you know?
Well, after the match, sister may have something to say about it. That's a great kill up the middle from Maya Smalls. She elevates. They're listed at 5'10". She was way up in the air for that swing.
Left-handed swing, very tough.
22-22. Float serve handled by UTPB. Pushed to the outside on the set. Tran comes up.
Ooh, through the block.
Yeah, point for St. Ed's. Hilltoppers bench making a lot of noise. Falcons trying to stay in this one.
That's probably the confirmation we need.
There you go. Swing, good block touch from the Hilltoppers. Leads to a point.
Just couldn't get it over.
That was Krafka along with Jillian Connell. And so St. Ed's using some size at the net, and now it is set point to the Hilltoppers. 24 serving 22. Kanavadov with the serve. Falcons hit it into the net, and that is how the first set finishes. 25-22. The set goes to St. Edwards. We'll step aside, come back, and start set number 2. A lot of volleyball action today here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. We're back after these messages.
A smile is understood in any language. It represents joy, love, and shows you care. At Full Smile Dental, our mission is to build lifelong relationships one smile at a time by providing accessible, compassionate, quality care with the personal touch of friendship. Come see us at Full Smile Dental, located in Canyon, Amarillo, Dumas, and Dalhart, and ask us about our free Whitening for Life program.
J. Ferg Roofing has been protecting our community for 15 years. With more than 30,000 homes and businesses protected by our roofing work, we're proud of our ability to provide efficient, lasting solutions for your roofing needs. What makes us stand out from the competition is that we work for you, dedicated team members who guide you every step of the way. That is the J. Ferg advantage. Quality, experience, fast pass scheduling, customer rewards. We have it all. Call J. Ferg Roofing today for a free inspection. We are J. Ferg Roofing. We are more.
Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119.
Welcome back to the campus of West Texas A&M University for the Lady Buff BritKare Classic. The new court, the BritKare court at the box, and the first set of this second match of the day goes to the St. Edwards Hilltoppers. They win in that first one 25-22. And we get ready to start the second set, getting the lineups in. And again, UT Permian Basin has already had one match this morning. They played in that first one, I believe, Alex, right, the 9 o'clock?
Correct, 9 o'clock against Swosu.
The Bulldogs of Southwestern Oklahoma State out of the GAC. We saw their basketball team last year, their women's basketball team, nearly make it to the Elite Eight.
Yes, so close.
Gave Lubbock Christian probably
close.
One of the
their
closer
biggest
games.
Scares. Yeah.
All right, we're started. UTPB to serve, and on the attack, Swan. She had a good first set for St. Ed's. Bump set over to Swan, and it falls down. Good job by the Hilltoppers. They have been, they communicate well, they move well on the court, and they're getting good opportunities, taking advantage of them. They grab the quick 1-0 lead in the second set.
Yeah, I still don't know why Quincy Strambler is not in the game.
Hopefully she's okay.
Hopefully so, yeah.
She's standing over there on the side, but yeah, she's definitely one of their more talented players. Led them in the spring, again, the most kills of any other Falcon player.
Played very well in the first set today, too.
Okay.
Or first match, should I say.
That ball close down the line, but handled by the Falcons. Now they are out of system a little bit, so an opportunity for St. Ed's. Missed time to jump, but it still got over. They go back and forth. Tran sets it up for the middle. Good pass on the backside for the Falcons. They go back and forth, and it's going to be Krafka that puts it down. Look at the energy from the Hilltoppers bench.
I like it. I like it. They're excited. Not as many fans here because sometimes it's hard for parents and students to travel, but if they bring the energy, look, they're clapping and cheering and having fun. We love to see it.
We do. We had the luxury, Alex, in the first match over here. The WT Pep Band was playing some good jams. and led by freshman Marjani Stanfield. Lady Buffs were having some good dance-offs on the sideline.
All right. Who do you think best and worst dancer? Who do you got?
Well, Marjani has already got an early vote for potentially best dancer. I've also heard from the team that Kayla Elliott is pretty good.
Okay.
And then a surprise pick was Lauren Marler.
Okay. All right.
She had a good match today, but right now, the St. Edwards Hilltoppers, they may be best in Lone Star Conference so far to just start the early season. They're getting some excitement going here. They don't have any music. They don't have any music, Alex.
Oh, that is fair. I'll give you that. They're creating their own sound. A cappella, as they say, right?
4-0. What a dive on the dig from St. Ed's. And goodness, it was number 2, Sarah Kanavadov, the 5'5" sophomore, that sells out and scoops that ball off the floor, keeps it alive. Her team gets the point, and it is all St. Ed's, 5-0.
So I was just looking at the schedule. These two teams played each other last year.
Okay.
March 23rd. UTPB won 3-0.
Good hustle by the Falcons to keep that ball alive. Back row attack. Easily kept up and then put down right down the middle from Connell, a freshman from Grapevine, Texas. So this is hard. You get into these situations, Alex. For UTPB, you lost that first set in a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
And now you see yourself trailing 6-0 and all the momentum with the Hilltoppers, and that's going to help because it's a service ace.
Look at them dancing over there. They're getting into it.
If you're the Falcons,
I think they might have found their rhythm a little bit, just a little bit.
If you're Tim Loesch right now, what do you do to settle your team down?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, the game could flip at any point,
yeah.
You know.
Well, momentum plays a huge part, obviously, in all sports, but in volleyball, Big Mo is crucial.
Especially if another team has home court advantage. But 8-0 run right now. Are we going to see a timeout?
I think we will. Coach Loesch takes the timeout. Falcons off to a slow start. St. Ed's jumping out to an 8-0 early lead in set number 2. They took the first set. We'll be back with more volleyball action after this break here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Timeout taken by UT Permian Basin as they trail 8-0 in set number 2. The first set was close. It was 25-22 that St. Ed's took that one. Right now to start the second set, though, the Falcons having a lot of trouble. They're having trouble just even in serve receive at this point, Alex.
Yeah.
Can't really get the offense going when that first pass is not handled.
It's so crazy how quick things can change, though. In set 3 for the Fort Lewis versus Arkansas Fort Smith game. Arkansas Fort Smith took game 1 pretty easily. Oh,
that
wow.
serve was in. That was as close as it gets, and UT Permian Basin really thought it was going to sail out. Good job by the official on the back there, the line judge.
Right, so Fort Lewis lost set 1, 25-17. It looks like I think they're going to challenge it.
Okay.
We'll see.
Did you think that was in?
I thought it was about as close as in you could get and if it was not in, that's as close to out as you can get without it being in. But like I was saying with that Fort Lewis-Fort Smith game, set 2 comes around. Fort Lewis wins 25-22. Start of set 3, Fort Lewis goes up 6-0.
Okay.
Fort Smith calls timeout, and then they go on an 8-0 run to take a lead and end up winning set 3. and then they drop set 4, and then 1 and 5. So
oh wow,
you really, especially in a neutral site game, like you really never know what could happen. UTPB could go on a run. Like now, the service ace, if that counts, if that was in, then it's not going to help their chances for sure. There's just something about a service ace that kind of just deflates your spirit, especially if you're on the court.
Well, if they do confirm that serve was in, it's the third service ace just of this set.
Wow.
They didn't have any in set number 1,
wow.
And already 3 of the 9 points have come off of serves here for the Hilltoppers. And so, that's one of the things that Coach Loesch is talking to his team about is we definitely have to get the serve receive going to give our offense a chance. Right now in this second set, Hilltoppers hitting 500 and UT Permian Basin in the negatives right now. For the match, St. Ed's hitting 216 and UT Permian Basin .087.
Oof. Also, side note, looks like Swan has all 3 of the service aces for St. Ed's.
Yeah, the hitter going back there and doing nice things from the service line. For UTPB, we were wondering if when we were going to see, or if we were going to see Equinisha Strambler, and she's in now.
That's good. That's good.
Number 19.
We'll see if that changes things for UTPB going on through sets 2, 3, and if we need 4.
She's a senior from Midland, so close to home. They're in Odessa. Played her high school ball at Midland Lee. And they confirmed that serve was in.
That's tough.
If you're a line judge, it's such a hard job.
It's tough,
but
yeah.
If you get one of these where it's reviewed, you got to do a little fist pump, like, yeah, I got that one right.
Yeah, if you got it right. But the whole time you're sweating bullets, because if it's wrong, you're going to be like, please don't be wrong.
Another serve, a short one from Swan, nearly put it down for another ace, and she did. They say did it skim the floor? Was it a 2-touch?
Oh, 4-touch is what they said.
Okay.
I guess it hit somebody twice.
So that's another ace for Swan.
Like it was a deflection and it hit somebody, and then somebody tried to pop it up instead of just sending it over.
10-0 the score. Falcons trying to find their footing. Good pass on the back row by Lucio. But the Hilltoppers dig one out, and they can't keep that ball alive. That was 4 touches there, so point for St. Ed's. This is just for a coach, nightmare scenario. You just need that 1 point to give the confidence back.
Definitely.
But the Hilltoppers aren't slowing down. They're not feeling sorry for anyone. Big swing, but handled again from Konovadoff, the libero. And there's finally an attack error by St. Ed's, and the Falcons see a point up on the scoreboard. It'll be 1 serving 11. So far, Alex, very impressed with Konovadoff, the libero, a 5'5" sophomore. She has handled some big swings from the Falcons. Handled them nicely.
Yeah, she's definitely done a great job in the back row. Strambler swings well. We'll see how that continues, as she's only had 3 total attempts thus far in the match. But St. Ed's is doing the right thing, trying to keep her out of system, as that's going to be important for continuing to hold this lead.
The set was pushed out from Tran. Krafka felt like she needed to try to roll that one, put a little change up on it, and it fell short into the net. So back-to-back points for UT Permian Basin. And a serve from Daly Doggett. Trouble with that one. It's going to be another point for the Falcons. So what did we say, right? You just needed the 1 point. It's turned into 3 straight points.
It's kind of odd. I was going to look to see how Konovadoff did last year for St. Ed's.
She a transfer?
Well, it doesn't say.
Or just didn't play?
Well, she's not on
She's
here.
listed as a sophomore.
Maybe she's a sophomore, like, credit-wise? I really don't know. But it doesn't say she transferred, I don't think. I'm going to have to look that one up.
Well, she's wearing the white jerseys, doing a nice job playing that libero
Definitely
position.
doing a great job.
Passes that one up, but right there to win the joust at the net and then put that point down easily was Strambler.
She's definitely doing her thing at the net since she's came back into the game. It does make a big difference.
Doggett serves again. They were ready for that one, though. Krafka on the swing, handled by the Falcons. The slap of the ball, these teams are really trying to put it down. A good block touch by the Falcons, kept alive by the Hilltoppers. Rally back and forth. Strambler! Whoa, mama. Goodness. Get up and put it down.
Telling you, she makes a huge difference. It's really kind of hard to see if you don't see her play with them at any point, you know. So, like, starting the game, they didn't seem to be doing too bad, but then when she's in after they've been down, already on a 5-0 run.
Well, the trajectory of that ball coming in so low, but with so much heat. There's a point for the Hilltoppers on the outside. So that stops the run that UTPB was on. It was a 5-0 run as they trailed 11-0, and now 12th serving 5 for St. Ed's. What a pass again from Konovodov. But that one they can't get. That's right down the line. Nobody could. I don't know very many players that could pass that one back.
That one's tough. That one's just tough.
Strambler. And now UTPB gets a little bit of a bench warning. They're like, hey, St. Ed's was dancing and celebrating. It's our turn now. We've gotten some good points and cut this lead in half. 12-6 now St. Ed's leads in set number 2 after the Hilltoppers won the first set.
Northern Iowa.
Okay.
That's where she came
Konovodov.
from. Yes.
Back set, the slide works. They get the point off of Jillian Connell's kill. And so far, an impressive start for the setter for St. Edwards. Number 14, Emily Tran. She has 19 assists already. 13 serving 6. Falcons in system, but a block. Ooh. Right down the pipe. Maya Smalls, the junior from San Antonio, denies the attempt from the Falcons. Another point for the Hilltoppers, 14 serving 6. That serve sails well out of bounds. The service error committed by St. Ed's. And we've got a football score of 14-7 right now in set number 2. Lucas Kinsey along with Alex Kipfer.
I would have to say that was not a good football score for last night.
Right.
For the WT game.
You know, one of the scores in the conference that was interesting to look at, there's a point for St. Ed's, was really, some people would say even in Division II, the showcase game last night. It was Texas A&M Commerce going on the road and taking on Colorado State Pueblo. 12-6.
Yeah, I saw that.
Texas A&M Commerce.
I was a little curious how that one played out.
Yeah, well, the Lions preseason number 1 in the Lone Star Conference, one of the teams ranked up in the top 25, obviously, and their defense showed out last night.
Is Pueblo number 1 in the RMAC?
Yes.
For football?
Yeah,
okay.
In preseason.
Okay.
So a good matchup last night.
Oh, definitely.
And a good matchup here today between St. Ed's and UT Permian Basin. The Falcons get another point on the attack error by St. Edwards. And so waiting to serve now will be Tori McGee for the Falcons. Tran pushes it out to Swan. Good pass on the back row by Stephanie Sanchez for UTPB. Roll shot, dug out. Some miscommunication by the Falcons, a back row attempt handled by the Hilltoppers. The net shakes and moves, but nobody gets a violation, and the point goes to UTPB.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
They've cut this lead to 6. They trailed 11-0 to start the set. Swan winds up and delivers. And it's good vision for Swan because she could see the corner back there was left open. So she took her shot.
Yeah, Swan with 7 kills and 3 service aces. She's putting on a show right now.
Set pushed outside. Kanavidov keeps it alive, but it hits the top of the box and drops down. Good hustle, good effort.
That's tough.
Point to the UT Permian Basin. Stephanie Haller up off the bench to talk to Lourdes Gomez as the sophomore comes to the bench. Good serve. Gets the Hilltoppers way out of system. So the Falcons have an opportunity. Can they capitalize? No! The double block, the combo over on the far side of the court from Swan and Smalls.
Guess who? Swan.
Yeah. No, she's definitely showing her skills off in this match here. 17-10 lead for St. Ed's. Block touch, kept alive. Again, Swan involved in that play. She's going to get it right back. Kept alive for UTPB. The two teams go back and forth. Touch shot, dug out by the Falcons. Look at that precision.
That's a spot.
Those shots are not easy.
That's something that when you see Fort Smith play later tonight, Chloe Price, their setter, did that 3 times in one set. 2 on back-to-back plays. Same exact spot just like that off of the tip and just pushed it deep, and as you see, nobody's there.
Yeah, you see an opening and you connect, and it was Annalise Lucio that did that for the Falcons. Not much touch on that one, but it's put straight down from number 19, Equinesia Strambler. Impressive. And the Falcons trail by 5. Point on the kill by Stephanie Sanchez. And so this momentum, and we talked about it earlier, it was all with the Hilltoppers, starting to get on the other side now to the Falcons.
Yep, it's starting to shift, that's for sure.
13 serving 17, back set, done nicely. Swan connects. That is a very good set from Emily Tran.
But that right there is going to help shift it back to the St. Ed's side, that's for sure.
Swan will go back to serve after connecting on the kill. For the match, Swan has 8 kills. 8 of the 27 kills for the Hilltoppers. There's a kill for UTPB. They go back and forth.
Strambler starting to heat up now.
14 serving 18. This is as close as the Falcons have gotten into this lead. It is about 4-point margin. Can they cut it to 3? Doggett serves. Tran pushes it outside. Good placement and an easy off that overpass. An easy kill there for Jillian Connell. That's smart volleyball.
Yeah, definitely. Saw the opportunity and took it. Just a great job there by Connell. Just a heads-up play in general.
19 serving 14. Strambler missed on that one a little bit. Goes into the net, and so the point on the error, the attack error, will go to St. Ed's. Krafka will continue serving.
That ball gets over the net. Easily a kill. There's nobody here on the near side. Opposite from Strambler.
Tran pushes it out, gets the assist to her teammate Lourdes Gomez. 21 serving 14, St. Ed's. And again, the Hilltoppers won set number 1 by 3, 25-22. They can take a 2-0 lead in the match if they can close this one out. The timing and the swing off there in the middle leads to a point for the Hilltoppers. Tori McGee hit that one into the net. And St. Ed's can feel it. Tip shot down. Nice placement from Stephanie Sanchez. for the match right now. Each team hitting under 200. St. Ed's at 176. The Falcons of UT Permian Basin hitting 116.
Just a lot of good defense in the back so far.
You're exactly right. A lot of digs. 39 for St. Ed's, 26 digs for the Falcons. Perfect pass, the slide for St. Ed's, handled defensively by the Falcons. Strambler thought there was a touch. She was right. There was a touch. Point Falcons. (16) serving 22. Tran has to avoid the net, and she couldn't. That pass shifted the setter into the net. Point UTPB.
5 points. If UTPB can get 1 or 2 more in a row here, might force a St. Ed's timeout.
Back row attack, big swing. This will be impressive if they can get it over, and they do. St. Ed's with some incredible defense. Strambler tries the tip. The dive, are you kidding me? They nearly kept that alive.
Wow.
Incredible hustle, but a point for the Falcons.
Yeah, that's tough.
Kanavadoff again all over the floor. And she says, I need a towel because I dove here, I dove there, I dove everywhere. Falcons got the point, though, and have cut this lead to 4, 18-22. We'll take a timeout and come back with the rest of set number 2. You're watching the Lady Buff Classic, the BritKare Classic on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
St. Edward's trying to close out this set number 2. The Hilltoppers won the first set 25-22. Right now, Falcons serving, and it is 22-18. So 18 serving 22. Trying to find an open spot. Good pass leads to an attempt, but the Falcons keep it alive as the teams go back and forth.
Goodness.
Strambler puts that one down. She has really heated up, and that's a big reason why the Falcons have been able to get back in this set. Again, the start of set number 2 was 11-0 in favor of St. Edward's. Falcons had no momentum, looked out of sorts, but have really worked hard to get back into this set. And it's an important one. They don't want to go down 2-0. The Hilltoppers would love to see that happen. Isela Murillo serves. Quick hit up the middle, handled though by Daly Doggett. Good defense by the Falcons. Tran tries again, pushes that one outside, but good defense again from Doggett. Oh, look at Tran. She had not tried that the entire match. She's been just pushing it out to her teammates, setting them up, and at the perfect time, dumps it across. The setter gets a kill.
Yeah, definitely a smart play to be able to switch things up there. As a setter, location is a very, very important thing. If you keep going to the same locations, whether you have a good pass or a bad pass on your set, it's not going to matter if the defense is there. It's going to make it very difficult for your hitters unless you just have somebody who's extremely athletic and can jump out of the gym to hit over the block, which at the Division II level, you don't see that very often, you know.
When you do, it's impressive.
Exactly. That's why Tori Miller and Strambler are so good at hitting.
There's a nice block that falls in, and we have now a 2-point game in this second set, 23-21 St. Edward's after a massive block there from the Falcons. We'll be back right after this timeout. Second set. Who's going to come away with this one? We got a close one here at the box. We're back after these messages on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Okay, here we go. UT Permian Basin after trailing 11-0. Trails just by 2 points in set number 2. The BritKare Lady Buff Classic from the box in Canyon, Texas. Lucas Kinsey along with Alex Kipfer, our director, Miss Jamie Abbott, working hard today. The Thunder Vision crew, that's an ace. Ooh. And we have a 1 point.
Ooh. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
down 11-0 after losing the first set, and now
don't give up.
The 1 point game. I mean,
cue the journey. Don't stop believing. St. Ed's was ready to celebrate, and that ball was nearly picked up off the floor from the Falcons. But it is a point on the kill, I believe, from number 15, Maya Smalls.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is set point.
Now here's the key. Do you go for the game, or do you give him a chance?
24 serving 22, and it is to serve Emily Tran, talented setter, a senior from the state of Minnesota. Up in the air, the touch, it goes out of bounds, so the Falcons stay alive.
Uh-oh.
Good swing.
We might have some extra volleyball here.
Isela Murillo.
Scoreboard's off.
Should be 24. There it is.
Yep.
23, serving 24. Again, set number 2. First set, 25-22, won by St. Ed's. The Hilltoppers. Big swing, and that is in, and that is set number 2. It goes to the Hilltoppers, 25-23. Give the credit that time to Lourdes Gomez for finishing off the second set. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back with the third set here from the box. St. Ed's in control of the match, leading 2-0 over UT Permian Basin. We're back after these messages.
When joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
And welcome back here to the box. After 2 sets, St. Ed's leads the Falcons of UTPB 2-0 after they took a close one. After the Falcons almost came back, St. Ed's was up 11-0 to start set number 2. But the final score was 25-23. As we look at some stats for both teams, first for the Falcons, 23 kills on 76 total attempts, 10 attack errors, hitting 171. 2 service errors, 1 service ace, 31 digs, and 8 blocks on the flip side for St. Ed's. 32 kills on 84 attacks, 17 attack errors, hitting 179. 3 service errors to go with 3 service aces, 40 digs, and 5 blocks. Leading the way for St. Ed's is Caitlin Krafka and Caroline Swan, 8 kills apiece. Right behind that is going to be Connell, Smalls, and Gomez, adding 5 kills of their own. Emily Tran, the setter, has 26 assists and 9 digs. And Sarah Konovodov has 10 digs, a team high for St. Ed's. On the flip side for UTPB, Annalise Lucio with 10 assists leading the way. And then in the back row, Erica Lozano with 8 digs herself. That's a great dig there from Konovodov, keeping things alive.
Ooh, that was close down the line, but I thought that was in.
It looks like
it absolutely was.
In the net. I think they called it in the net, yeah.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have mattered whether it was in or out.
Okay. St. Edward's, the dance party continues for the Hilltoppers. A lot of energy.
You think they make a lot of TikToks, Lucas?
They probably do. They probably do. UT Permian Basin on the attack. Tran will set it up nicely for Connell, but good defense by the Falcons. Miscommunication as the ball hits the floor there. And that's one of the only times that we've seen St. Ed's defensively have a miscue like that in terms of the ball hitting the floor and somebody not selling out and trying to keep it alive.
Yeah, I'd have to say for the most part they've done a great job defensively.
Whistle, and that will be a point for UT Permian Basin.
That looks like that was a double touch there on Tran. Happens every once in a while. Hands get a little bit sweaty. The ball starts to slide a little bit more.
Big swing off the block. It'll be a point for St. Edward's. Jillian Connell. And they have some taller players. Connell is 6'1". Caroline Swan, who's had a great match today, she's 6'2". Smalls listed at 5'10".
Krafka 5'10" as well.
Krafka, one of the talented hitters. Reminder that 2 more matches today here at the box. The next one, Southwestern Oklahoma State, set to take on Arkansas Fort Smith. And then tonight, right here at the box, the Lady Buffs will play Fort Lewis. Big swing, but handled beautifully by Nikki Grant. A whistle, and then they get a net violation against the Hilltoppers.
Double touch
again. Double touch again. So a point for the Falcons, 3-2. Good solid serve handled by the Hilltoppers, and a huge violent swing from the outside by Lourdes Gomez. She finished off set number 2. She finished off that kill right there, terminating the points, tying it at 3. Again, if St. Ed's is able to win this one, it's a clean sweep. Falcons want to force a 4th set. Close to a double there. And a big swing and a point for the Falcons.
Not too bad.
That one, number 11 for UTPB. Stephanie Sanchez, 6-foot junior from El Paso. The assist from Annalise Lucio, leading assist giver. Lucio with 12 today, also 5 digs. Look at that shot. Skim the net and decide to drop down.
To be honest, I don't know if she could do that again if she tried.
Yeah, that's one that
rolling all the way down the net on the other side. That's tough to do.
Yeah, the fans and broadcasters say, "What a lucky shot." The player says, "Yeah, I practice that all the time."
That's probably something I would say. If somebody told me that, I'd be like, "Nah, I practice it." And they'd be like, "Really?" I'd be like, "Yeah, every day. I try to practice the same shot."
Service error by St. Edwards leads to a point for UT Permian Basin. A few more mistakes as the legs get tired here in the third set. Serve comes over, handled by the Hilltoppers. Tran sets it back, and that one, they were a little out of system. St. Ed's was. UTPB was ready defensively. And another point for the Falcons, and UT Permian Basin looking stronger in this third set. They lead 6-4. Tran has to avoid the net with a one-handed assist, gets it to Smalls, who puts it down. There was an opening on the back row. Point, St. Edwards. Again, Emily Tran, senior setter from Eagan, Minnesota. And that is Big Ten country up there. They love their volleyball up in Minnesota, Ohio, Pennsylvania area. That attempt is wide and out. So an attack error from UT Permian Basin ties up the set, 6-all. Tip shot handled by the Hilltoppers, and a block from UTPB. Yeah, that one came straight down between Tori McGee and also Macy Barker, 6'1" junior from Houston, Texas. Nicely done.
Yeah, McGee has been big for them in the middle, especially in set one or match one. Good to see her back there. 4 kills already, 6 blocks today here through just over 2 sets.
Falcons back row attack, roll shot, easily handled, and an opportunity for the Hilltoppers to go back and forth. What a shot again from Strambler.
I don't know what else to tell you, Lucas.
No,
just get it up high and just let her do her thing. That's really all you got to do at this point.
And defensively, you got to be daring just to get in the way of one of her kills.
Yeah, I would have to say that if you're on the same side that she's on, you don't want to be down the line, because that's the easiest way to get hit in the face.
Yeah.
If you're like across, and you're the deep corner, like where Konovodov has been at, where Strambler has been on the outside, like it's all right. You have a little bit more time to react, maybe get out of the way. But if you're down the line, watch out.
This third set has been very even. Both sides. 8-8. So, Strambler. Hang time from Strambler.
Yeah, I don't know, like it's really just hard to stop that, because if you get the quick set and you're not expecting the quick set in the middle, and you jump late, you're toast.
Yeah.
If you jump early because you're expecting it, you can just get tipped right over and you're toast. Like it's a lose-lose game at some point when playing a Quincy Strambler.
That was a big attack from St. Edwards. They get the point, so these two teams go back and forth, and it's tied again, 9-9. St. Ed's hitting just under 200 at 186. The Falcons improving their hitting percentage a little bit. They're at 156. Now that's up to 194 for the Hilltoppers. The serve coming from Nikki Grant. Strambler again. Oh, I thought that touched Lourdes Gomez. But are they saying it did not? She got out of the way? Or
No, it's point.
Point Falcons.
Yeah.
There you go. She tried to do a quick acting job of it. I didn't touch that.
I think the acting is a little bit easier to get away with if you're playing like soccer or something, you know.
Right.
Even basketball, you can get away with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not the same so much for volleyball.
Big block touch there by the Falcons, but St. Ed's able to keep it alive.
Ooh, that's a good spot.
Who's going to win this one? The two teams going back and forth. Falcons have an opportunity. They set it up. Handled by St. Ed's. Grant.
Oh, that's long.
Yeah, she just misfired on that
That's
one.
long.
So
that's tough. That was a long rally. Very long rally. I will say that was one of the good things that I saw between SWOSU and UTPB is they had a lot of long rallies going back and forth, back and forth. It wasn't ever really just like serve, pass, set, spike, boom,
Quick point.
Yeah. It would be like, all right, there's a good dig, and then another good dig, and somebody's making a diving play here and a diving play there. There's a lot of good volleyball that was being played just in general. And SWOSU kept it close until the last set. They got the score differential was a lot worse in the last set, but I mean, Scrambler and the Falcons really just got on a roll at that point, and that's what did it.
There's a point for the Falcons after the two teams went back and forth.
Yeah, that's tough for Gomez on the
Gomez
near side.
just came off her hand wrong.
She's the lefty, so on the right side, if that ball is too far inside, it's hard for her to get to, especially if she's not perfectly ready for that set to be closer to the middle. So her using her right hand there is tough sometimes to get a clean hit every time. And not just give them an easy pass at the same time on top of that, you know.
Serving for the Falcons, Erica Lozano, 5'4", senior libero. Tran bumps it up to Gomez, who did not miss that time. Set it up and put it down.
Can she use both arms? Does she swing from... Am I just... Did I just see like her swinging with the left hand on the right side?
I've seen
like,
a lot of volleyball already today, Alex.
That's fair. Maybe it's I'm not adjusted to not having AC. That's probably what it is. You know how like when like you're driving down the road and it's hot and you see like the little like heat waves. I'm seeing that with the volleyball right now. It's just I don't even know.
We're tied 12-12 in set number 3. St. Edward's University and University of Texas Permian Basin, two Lone Star Conference teams, meeting up here in the Lady Buff BritKare Classic. Block touch kept alive by St. Ed's. Gomez. Oh!
What a cut shot.
Yeah, she cut it down the left side. The defense was shifted, ready, obviously, for it to go to the right. And what a beautiful shot.
That's tough. That's a very, very skilled shot. That's something you have to practice. You can't just do that once.
I would compare that, Alex, in basketball to like an angled side shot that skims off the backboard. That's tough. That's tough right there, too, as the Falcons, Sarah Antic. If somebody snapped a picture of that one, the ball may have deflated some.
Yeah, no, that was a swing for sure.
Antic, when she has come in, has done some good things. Give the assist to Annalise Lucio. Sarah Antic with 3 kills on 9 swings. Another one for Lourdes Gomez for St. Edwards. She has 10 kills to now lead her team. They've been very balanced. Caroline Swan with 9 kills, Caitlin Krafka with 9, and Lourdes Gomez with 10. Also throw in Jillian Connell from the middle position with 7 kills. That's St. Ed's.
Yeah, definitely pretty well balanced.
Set pushed outside. Another big swing from Antic. But St. Ed's tracks it down and hustles and keeps the ball in play. They've done that several times today.
Got some help from the roof.
Antic says she kind of has a sigh of relief as that kill comes down. She said, if you get that one back, it's going to be pretty discouraging because she is hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, she's playing great.
And Antic will stay in to serve for UT Permian Basin.
It's a close game here in set 3.
It is. If St. Ed's can win it, they win the match. UTPB trying to continue and play a 4th set. Free ball came over on the overpass there, and it was an easy put down for Tori McGee. Antic soft serve that nearly found a hole. Tip shot handled by Strambler. And another kill.
That was close.
She almost got it up, but it's a point on the kill from Macy Barker. 2-point lead for the Falcons, which in this set seems like a big lead because the two teams have gone back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, realistically, is there that big of a lead? I mean,
right.
St. Ed's was up 11, and UTPB almost came back to win as the service error there.
Got the point wrong, I think, on that one.
Yeah, definitely. It should be 16-15. There we go. There we go.
So Lourdes Gomez will serve. Again, hitting 143 today, 5 digs. She's got 10 kills. That pass off the mark, so really good serve from Gomez. And now free ball for the Hilltoppers.
Oh.
And kind of an awkward angle. She was coming down the middle.
I think the set was a little short. Wasn't high enough.
Well, because Maya Smalls, we've seen her jump. She needs that set up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, realistically, with a quick one like that, it's tough because you can't get it too high or the middle jumps too early, you know. Ooh, that's a good swing there from Swan. But then again, at the same time, you can't get it too short because they're already above the ball at that point, you know?
You're telling me it's very tough to be the setter, Alex. And not too...
it's definitely complicated. Yeah. No, there's a lot more that goes into it.
One of the most important positions on the floor, obviously.
Easily.
16 serving 17. Close to being out, but played by UTPB. Strambler winds up. Good touch, keeps the ball alive for the Hilltoppers. Roll shot is out, and that was a good job. Was it tipped? No.
Ooh.
The Falcons had eyes on it, and they saw that ball sailing out, so they stayed away, and it's 18 now serving 16.
I do like the court, though, Lucas, I have to say. It's different.
Yeah. There's a clean look to it. Good pass there for UTPB's Annalise Lucio. Strambler winds up, but St. Ed's starting to get more comfortable with Strambler.
Oh, my goodness.
Falcons keep it alive. Chance for St. Ed's.
What a spot. That's a spot from Swan.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, St. Ed's, when they started this match back in the first set, they were a little slow to kind of get their game going, but they have looked impressive. Leading the match 2-0, but trailing in this third set right now by 1, 18-17.
Yeah, and even if St. Ed's does win this set and close things out and end up sweeping UTPB 3-0 here, that sweep doesn't really indicate how close all 3 of these games have been. You know, 3 points in game 1, 2 points in game 2. If you just look at the set numbers. And 10 of that stuff.
Okay. So point goes to the Falcons.
It's going to come down to the wire, though, for sure. It's going to come down to the wire.
This is what coaches talk about, you know, both sides. For if you're UTPB, the coach is saying, we got to fight back. We got to stay alive. St. Edward's obviously saying, you got to finish the opponent off. You get up 2-0, you got to finish it off. And get that sweep. What a shot. Again, the kill is good.
Great play.
For Sarah Antic. Transfer from the University of North Dakota, originally from Serbia. Tran sets it up for Krafka, who puts it down for St. Ed's. 18 serving 20 now.
10 kills now for Krafka. 3 Hilltoppers in double figures. Connell not too far behind either.
Yeah.
However, for UTPB, really spread out. 8-5, 3 people with 4, 3, 2, and 2. So
you look at St. Ed's, 3 different players in double figures on digs. Antic is warming up. I mean, that, you hear coaches say go to the hot player. The hot player right now for the Falcons is number 22.
That's who they got to send it to. And if it's not her, you got to give it to Strambler in the back.
Well, and that helps Strambler. The defense can't just focus on number 19.
Yeah.
Makes it easier. 3-point lead. Block. Antic. Showing she's got more than just the hitting to her game. She can get that block going as well. And the Falcons showing some fight, leading 22-18 in set number 3, trailing the match 2-0. We're back with more volleyball after this timeout on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. The Falcons trail in the match 2-0. The first 2 sets won by St. Edward's Hilltoppers by scores of 25-22 and 25-23. So it's been close throughout this match. Right now, though, the Falcons lead 22-18, and much in part to the play of number 22, Sarah Antic, who now is second on the team with 6 kills in the match. She's hitting a very hot .462, and she also has 4 blocks. Falcons serve. And there's a big response. St. Ed's needed that point desperately, and they got it from Jillian Connell. And Connell will go back to serve from the left side. 19 serving 22. That ball will go down as a kill for UT Permian Basin. They'll extend that lead to 4. Very good effort trying to track that ball down, but just couldn't get to it. And so the Falcons are 2 points away from a 4th set. Tran hustles over, sets it up for Gomez. And if it was touched, it will be a point for St. Ed's. That ball was low. It was so low that it went right into the hands of the 2 blockers for the Falcons. Ricocheted off and out. So point St. Ed's. And this right now, as they trail by 3, Alex, is a huge, huge point.
Yeah, definitely. They need to get at least 2 here. That was a good serve.
It was. It forced Strambler back, and so they're out of system. Sets it up here for St. Ed's, and a good pass by the Falcons to keep that ball from being put down for a kill. Tran this time will try Gomez on the outside, and it's blocked straight down. Good job setting the roof there. By both Tori McGee and also number 16, Annalise Lucio, a setter. Coaches love to see their setters getting involved in the blocking game. Float serve. Again, good pass. The back row playing much better in this set for the Falcons. A whistle.
No touch.
Okay.
No touch. Tape.
Point back to St. Ed's. So it's still set point at 21 serving 24.
It's not over yet, though. We've definitely seen both of these teams get 1, 2, or 3, or 4 in a row. So would not be surprised to see that here.
And there it is, the dump right down the middle from Annalise Lacio. The setter says, let me just go ahead and finish this one off, and we will head to a fourth set after we step aside for some messages. The Falcons win the third set 25-21 and trail the match 2-1. We'll be back with more volleyball action here from BritKare Court at the box after this timeout.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
All right, we are ready for set number 4. Lucas Kinsey alongside Alex Kipfer. The Thunder Vision production crew doing a great job today as we get the fall season started off with a bang. Football last night over at Buffalo Stadium. Volleyball action today and also tomorrow right here at BritKare Court at the box and also at the First United Bank Center.
Don't forget we got soccer on Sunday too.
And soccer on Sunday with Butch Loffer's Boot and Buffs.
Loaded weekend.
Okay, that one goes down for a kill, and St. Ed's gets this set started right. If you are Stephanie Holler, head coach for St. Ed's, Alex, what adjustments do you talk to your team about making between set 3 and now the fourth set?
The biggest thing is just really just closing out a little bit better. Once you have a lead, they've had a tendency in sets 2, especially 2, but 3 as well, to not be able to finish down the stretch as efficiently as they would like. I mean, again, they did close out set 2, but considering they were up 11-0 and they won by 2, not as efficient as you would like to close down the stretch, So
that swing from Natanya Allison, outside hitter for the Falcons, sails well out of bounds. And so it's 2 straight points to start this set. 3 straight points now for the Hilltoppers. Good pass. Setter gets it up. But the kill attempt again off the mark. And 4 straight points for St. Edwards. They like these fast starts. They had a start in the second set that was 11-0 before the Falcons got on the board. Good serve. And a dump shot done perfectly by Annalise Lucio. She finished off the third set and now puts down a nice point there. The setters, you don't try that shot several times.
Yeah, you just got to throw it in randomly. Now, you can do it, once or twice here and there, but it's not something that you're going to look to do every time. It's just one of those things that it's like,
keep the defense honest.
I haven't done this in a while. Let me try it and see if it works.
Big shot as 2 defenders collide, trying to dig that ball that nobody could get back up. And a point for St. Edwards. They now lead 5-1. As that kill good for Caitlin Krafka, sister of former basketball player, star for the Hilltoppers, Jake Krafka.
I think he's still playing with them.
Does he still have eligibility?
COVID year.
Maybe.
COVID year.
You're right.
I think I saw on their roster that he was
that's what
still there.
People were saying last night about Jordan Johnson.
I was just about to mention that.
Or what people might say about the West Texas A&M libero, Chandler Vogel. Hasn't she been here since the 90s? Is kind of the joke.
Yeah, she played with Coach Potts. They played together. She was Kendra Morgan back then.
That's right. That was close there on that swing from UTPB, but it does go out. And a point to St. Ed's. They're in control here, 7-1.
She's on the wall of champions, right? Here at the
Coach Potts?
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. In her college days, Kendra Morgan. And still leads the Lone Star Conference, Alex, all-time in assists. All-time.
That's crazy to think about.
Big swing and trying to judge it off the top of the roof there.
Yeah, that's tough.
It falls, but good effort by the back row of the Falcons, and they might need a timeout trailing 8-1. That's what Coach Loesch will do, is come in and signal for a timeout, try to slow this thing down. 8-1, St. Ed's leads here in set 4, trying to close out the match. We'll take a timeout, come back with more volleyball action right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa. And pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to the box as day 1 of the BritKare Lady Buff Volleyball Classic well underway. In our first match today, West Texas A&M took care of a tough Adams State team in 4 sets, 3-1. We're in the 4th set right now. St. Ed's won the first 2. The Falcons of UTPB bounced back for the 3rd set. Double touch there against UT Permian Basin will lead to another St. Ed's point. And so the Hilltoppers, when they don't make too many mistakes, they really have looked pretty sharp today.
Yeah, definitely.
As I say that, and the broadcaster Jinx sends that serve straight into the net.
Come on, Lucas, what are you doing
I
here?
apologize to the listeners in Austin, the Hilltopper fans, but the service error will lead to a point for the Falcons, 2 serving 9. Good pass. Slide. Works perfectly.
Was that Connell?
It was. Jillian Connell, 6'1" freshman. She's got a bright future.
She's got 10 kills now. Fourth Hilltopper with 10 kills.
So a lot of balance.
A lot.
Which coaches love.
Krafka has 12. Gomez has 12. Swan has 11. That's not a kill, but that'll work too.
Yeah, I love the excitement and the athleticism that we've seen from Maya Smalls. She's a junior out of San Antonio. Gets up off the floor, and I mean gets up off the floor. She's got a great vertical, but anytime there's a point scored, she is celebrating like nobody's business. The attempt, block, touch, kept alive by the Falcons. They'll try it again. Good pass from Connell. Setter gets to it. Tran does. Gomez, was it touched? Her shot went out, but the official does say that it was touched by the Falcons. Coach Loesch looks over and says, "You sure about that?"
That was close.
It was.
I don't know. It's hard to tell from up here in the top of the box. Usually the thing that you look for is a change in the rotation of the ball on whether something was touched like that or not. Very difficult to tell in real time.
Whistle and
double touch.
Double touch against St. Edwards leads to a point for the Falcons. They needed that one. They trail by 9. It'll be 3 serving 12.
Not the biggest deficit they've erased, however.
Sure. Coach Loesch has got to be scratching his head thinking, why do we have to get in these holes? You know?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
It's great to overcome adversity, but you'd like to see his team stay in it earlier in the set. Good block touch, kept alive by Grant. Back to Gomez. Two teams playing good defense at the net. She'll try again. Lourdes rolls this one over. Handled by the Falcons. Bump back up, and awkward angle that they couldn't get to.
That's tough. The set put Maria a little bit closer to the net than she wanted based off of where she started her approach. So the jump, she had to jump a little bit further for it, but at the same time can't jump too far to get to it like you want to and use the net as a brace because that's automatically a point for St. Ed's. Either way, worked out for the Hilltoppers.
In system and in with that kill. It was a good hustle from the setter, Emily Tran, and she placed it perfectly for her teammate Smalls to get that kill down. 14-3 St. Ed's.
Yeah, that's so tough. If you can get that quick set in the middle to Smalls or even Connell, it's tough. But what makes it harder is if you have a good hitter on the outside and your middle blocker is left-handed, that completely can change the trajectory of where Smalls can swing at.
Yeah.
Because all she has to do, where if you're righty and you're on the outside, it's easy to go cross, and if you cut, your shoulders are going to have to stay across the court to be able to get that cut through. Whereas if you're in the middle, your shoulders are squared up in the middle, and you can go any way you want to a lot easier, and it just looks a little bit different off the hand of a lefty in the middle versus a righty if you're in the back row.
It's a big point right here, and if that's in, it is. It's going to be a point for the Falcons. The middle, when they started the match, they were going to the middle often, and Tori McGee has been a little quiet since the opening set, but she puts that one down, terminates the point. It's 15-4 St. Edwards. Tran hustles over, set a little off, but a good hit, and now they can't get to it. As it falls down, point goes to St. Edwards.
Yeah, that's tough right there. Just not too much you can do about it if you're, I believe that was, looks like that was Barker in the front, where that first pass is coming straight at you. It's really hard to try to be able to get it up enough and in a general area to be able to get it up cleanly, as that was almost an incredible play there. But another kill for Strambler.
You're getting some good practice, the defenders are, for St. Edwards, because Strambler is just absolutely torching the ball whenever she goes on the attack. And she puts that kill down, cuts the lead back to 11, 5 serving 16. Good pass right into the hands of Tran. The back set. Swan took a huge swing at that one and missed. Went into the net, point again to the Falcons.
Yeah, when you got a big lead like that, it's pretty easy to just swing away at will. You know, you can just try to power it into spots. You don't have to necessarily try to get a point here or there.
Good hustle from Kanavidov. She's been all over the place today for the Hilltoppers, the libero. Falcons with a swing, block touch. Back row attack, rolled over nicely. Kanavidov there again. Good up from the Falcons. And great effort, but again, Strambler, too much there from that outside spot. And she hits another kill down. Strambler today leading her team with 10 kills, hitting now close to 350 for the match. And again, wiping up spot on the floor.
Yeah, definitely a must. I think we should.
We need a sponsor for the towel wiping. That's what I.
No, I was going to say we need
match.
like at the basketball games where they have the little floors.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's the way we sweep the floor.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way you put a kill down. St. Edwards gets a huge kill from the energetic junior Smalls.
What's that saying? They smell blood right now? Is that what that is? Oh, my goodness. That's just tough. That's just so tough.
Aquincia Strambler, when she hits it.
Watch out.
Yeah, watch out. And it's hard. It's just hard when everything is in system. It's hard for the defense to just get that ball back up and give the Hilltoppers a chance. So it's 17-8 lead for St. Ed's. Speaking of big swings, there's a big swing from Caroline Swan. And she puts the kill down, extends the lead up to 10.
Yep, 13 for Swan, 13 for Gomez, 12 for Krafka, 10 for Connell. Smalls has another 7.
Swan, it's funny, she's checking with Will Boyd, the assistant coach, who last year was at WT, and she kept moving back and forth. Where do you want me to serve from, Coach? Finally picked her spot, and that's going to be another point for St. Ed's. Lead up to 19-8. And again, this balance that we talked about, Swan with 13 kills, Lourdes Gomez 13, Krafka with 12, Jillian Connell with 10, and Maya Smalls with 7.
Oh, wow.
Good
that was
set.
A good spot.
Falcons keep it alive. Strambler trying to carry her team. The set went over the net, and they play on.
Okay.
Strambler tries again. It's blocked back, kept alive by the Falcons. Great defense on this rally. Another great stop from Lozano. Attempt from Stephanie Sanchez. The tip shot. Goodness, the players. Who's going to run out of gas first? Strambler. Touch, out, point, Falcons.
Wow.
That was a rally right there.
I love to see the long rallies. Love to see the long rallies. Always great. Means a lot of good volleyball is being played, a lot of defense, everything, you know?
Reminder that after this one, we'll take a little break, and then we'll bring you the 4:30 matchup between Southwestern Oklahoma State and Arkansas Fort Smith, two teams that Alex has already seen today. And of course, Arkansas Fort Smith, last spring season, one of the teams that had a winning record and did some good things. Good pass again from the Falcons. They keep it alive. Tran set. Right back to Krafka.
Ooh.
Point St. Ed's.
Egwu in the middle. It looked like she wanted to go after it, but just didn't get enough of a touch to get it up over the net.
Again, to reset, first set went to St. Ed's 25-22. Second set, St. Ed's won 25-23. Then in the third set, as there's a point for the Falcons, it was UT Permian Basin that showed some resiliency and won 25-21.
Yep.
This has been all St. Ed's in the fourth set, but even though it's only 5 points away for the victory of the match for the Hilltoppers, I wouldn't be surprised if UTPB came back.
Definitely.
Awkward pass, but they keep it alive and over.
Oh, my goodness.
And some miscommunication and one of the strangest points.
Oh, my goodness. She knew it as soon as she jumped and didn't do anything. I could see her face. She said, oh, my bad.
You know what, Stephanie Sanchez? It's still a kill, sister.
We'll take it. We'll take it any way you can get it.
Tran sets it up, and Lourdes Gomez does the rest. Alex, what a nice stat here for Emily Tran. Of course, the main setter, 50 assists.
Wow. That's a lot.
Block touch kept alive by the Falcons. Pushed over, easily handled. Opportunity here for St. Ed's. The tip down. Gomez, she has done some nice things today. There's another point for the Hilltoppers. She's got the power on her swing, but also some good touch.
Definitely a great job all around for the Hilltoppers hitters today. Again, 4 people in double digits and kills. Just, you can't ask for much more than that, you know?
Well, that's what Coach Loesch wants to see, is number 22 getting involved, Sarah Antic. She puts the kill down, cuts the lead back to 10, 12 serving 22. Both of these teams out of the Lone Star Conference. Back set, Maya with the kill. Maya Smalls. Would it be appropriate then to say, you're killing me, Smalls? with some of those kills today?
I wouldn't necessarily.
I needed the WT Pep band to give me a little drum, you know.
But I'm. Yeah.
That's a point that rolls off the net and drops down for Swan.
I do have to say, with the you're killing me, Smalls. That's. Like, you can't
it's
say
a baseball
that.
Reference.
But you can't say that on your team, because usually it's like you're hurting your own team.
I gotcha.
If UTPB said it, then it would make a lot of sense.
Okay.
You know?
She's killing us, Smalls.
That'll work.
Okay.
That'll work.
Right now it's 23-13. Point to the Falcons, and so they will serve.
I wonder how often she gets that.
Not sure. Great movie. Though,
Definitely.
Here's the serve from Antic, and it's a service error. So 1 point away, even though the scoreboard just showed 25. It should be 24-12.
13. 12, 13? 13 maybe?
There we go.
12.
24-12. This is
one of those numbers.
Match point for St. Edwards. Lourdes Gomez waits for the whistle, puts it over. And that will do it. The set was a little off, and no chance for Strambler to put it over. So St. Edwards takes care of business, wins the fourth set 25-12, and wins the match 3-1. Congratulations to the Hilltoppers, and a good effort, no doubt, by UT Permian Basin. That'll do it for this one. Lucas Kinsey and Alex Kipfer, along with the Thunder Vision production crew, Jamie Abbott, will take a break and turn things around here in about 30 minutes, get you ready for Southwestern Oklahoma State and Fort Lewis. We're back after, Arkansas Fort Smith. We'll be back